DoMa Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, I'm trying to make this quick. We got a whole lot of catching up to do. I wasn't hanging around yesterday. I had some things to do. And so let's talk a little bit about the second biggest fight of the year, in my opinion. And I think it's easily the second biggest fight of the year. And that'll be Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, right? We know we had the best fight of the year for me has to be Daniel Jacobs versus Canelo Alvarez. Unification in the middleweight division, fight that we didn't think we was going to see, right? Now, in retrospect, we'd be like, oh, it wasn't the best afterward the fact. Or some people would probably say, well, what about Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz Jr., the upset? Well, we weren't happy with that fight at the time it was signed. Okay, we wasn't happy with the fact that he was fighting Jarrell Miller. Not really. We was okay with it. We would rather have had him fight Louis the Real King Kong Ortiz on that date, right? We weren't happy with Ruiz's fight. After the fact, the rematch, now that's going to be something. But the first fight, no. Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman, the second biggest fight in my opinion. I mean, Keith Thurman is the WBA champ. Pacquiao has this other little belt that they're giving around right now called regular. You know, we're not going to say that, but it's Manny Pacquiao, 8-time division champ, right? Or 8-division champ. This is Manny Pacquiao. He's a legend for a reason, people, right? Now, I have my doubts about some things in his career that went down, right? A lot of catchweight fights, right? Stuff like that. People coming down in weight, being drained, and meeting people at catchweights, and then it's still considered a title. I don't agree with those things, but bottom line is Pacquiao whooped a lot of butt in his career, and he's still doing it, right? So let's make sure this is clear before this fight even starts. Before anybody starts it, there will be no Manny Pacquiao is old, and there will be no Keith Thurman is rusty, okay? Pacquiao old first. Pacquiao wasn't old against Lucas Matisse, was he? Right? And he wasn't old against Adrian Broner. A lot of people think he beat Broner easily. I don't. That Broner fight, I'm just saying this about the Broner fight. Pacquiao won the fight, but I would say if you put that fight somewhere where it was a pro-Broner crowd, which is hard to find on planet Earth, but if you could find one, right, then watch the same fight. And then some of the things that Broner was doing, which people weren't really paying attention to, would probably have been noticed. There's a pro-Pacquiao crowd. You wasn't really Pacquiao throw punches that didn't land, and it was being they were being cheered. But no slight Pacquiao. Let's say he won the Broner fight too. So Pacquiao is in form, right? Pacquiao knows that Keith Thurman is formidable, and he's training accordingly. He says he's very focused. He hasn't been this focused in a while. Some of the things that Keith Thurman has been saying is motivating him and his team. Freddie Roach gonna be talking smack. He said, man, when Keith Thurman, we ain't gonna be scared of nobody who can't even beat our sparring partners, right? So he don't have no respect for Keith Thurman. He's just joking, though, I'm pretty sure, right? But, he's the one that does the talking from Pacquiao's camp. Normally, he always comes out and says, things like, hey, we're going to knock somebody out. Now, this is Pac-Man, man. So Pacquiao, I don't want to hear any, Pacquiao got old overnight things after that fight if he were to lose, right? No way or form we want to hear that. Now, going to Keith Thurman, same thing. Keith Thurman had a long layoff, which he deserved. Keith Thurman beat Danny Garcia, undefeated. Sean Porter, who should have been undefeated because he was the tie with Kell Brook, actually, right? He beat those two juggernauts of the welterweight division, right? And he had hand and elbow injuries, and he took some time off, which, damn it, he deserved, right? Come back, people act like he can't fight no more. Come back, barely beats, not barely beats, beats José Lopez, gets hurt in round 7, stands up, but gets hurt in round 7, and everybody trying to give it a 10-8 round. Since when do you get hurt and you get 10-8? You're supposed to fall, right? We make new rules all the time. That's what's wrong with boxing. There's always some new rules. He stood up. I got hurt, and it's boxing. I stood up and I beat the hell out of him, right? No, no Keith Thurman bashing, right? Because the same thing. Every time somebody leaves and does something, there's somebody in the division said, hey, you better leave. Yeah, if you come back, you got to deal with me. There's never a good time to leave boxing. There's always somebody there that thinks they can beat you and think you're leaving too early and you didn't fight them. Always. That did with anybody. So I wasn't into the Keith Thurman bashing because, damn it, I beat everybody and I'm taking a break to get myself together. I'm going to Tibet, whatever. That's his business. In the meantime, the rest of you guys could have had one champion by now. Then he could be fighting. But it's still not. It's chaos. Everybody's all over the place. That's not Keith Thurman's fault. So Keith Thurman, we're not going to call him rusty because Josito Lopez knocked that rust up off of him. Right there to let him know, hey, you having this much problem with Josito Lopez, you need to be in the gym. Then, right after that, to find out, not right after that, but not long after that, to find out you're dealing with Manny Pacquiao, right? You're about to deal with Manny Pacquiao, then it's a big fight for Keith Thurman. And I know that he's motivated, and I know he's getting that rust off in the gym, right? But let's make sure it's clear, man. Keith Thurman is saying he's just happy to be back in the sport. He was thinking about leaving the sport, and he was going through Great Depression, right? So Tyson Fury goes through it, and everybody's like, it's a comeback. It's the same thing Keith Thurman went through, people. So if you enjoyed the Tyson Fury coming back from depression, so did Keith Thurman, by the way, right? Just saying, right? Because that was, you come back from depression. Well, so is this man. So he's coming back, right, from depression. Didn't think he was going to box anymore, right? Things like that. So this is a huge fight. No doubt about it. Like I said, I don't want to see no excuses. Pacquiao is in form. He was looking great. We're saying it the whole time. Now, let me make sure it's clear, Pacquiao still has that loss against Jeff Horn, right? Let's make sure that is very clear. He still lost against Jeff Horn. So after this fight, even if Pacquiao were to beat Keith Thurman, we don't want to say that he's the best in the division. It would be an awesome win, but he still wouldn't be the best in the division. You do have Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, and definitely Terrence Crawford because Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao. No doubt about it. Pacquiao has Jeff Horn issues. And Terrence Crawford fought him, and there was not even a contest. So we would not exalt Pacquiao to being the best in the middleweight, but he is definitely in the room talking to people about being the best, right, if he were to beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman beats Pacquiao. We don't want to say Pacquiao's old and Keith Thurman just beat the old Pacquiao. No, Keith Thurman would be back and also considered amongst the best. Now, none of them going to be the best until we figure it out. That's the main thing. No one's going to be the best until we figure it out. But this is a very, very, very significant fight. Very significant fight. And it's going to be on July 20th. We got some days going up to it. I hadn't said anything about it up until now. That's why we had to get this done. So you guys know how I feel about it. And let's see when it's going forward. There'll be a lot more information. But up until now, they both are highly motivated. They both are training. They both have stated that they're trying to knock the other guy out within 6 rounds. Both of them have said that. This fight will be awesome. No doubt about it. So, buckle up. We got a few days, about a week. DoMa Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.